As Fisk has Poindexter move from solitary confinement to general population, Poindexter, aka Bullseye, asks for Murdoch to defend him. And that does feel like a deliberate move on Fisk's part, especially since he sends a party invite to Heather Glen to Murdoch's apartment, meaning that he does know about their relationship together and that he could be trying to manipulate it. And this point obviously doesn't get past Murdoch, but since he can't exactly explain the situation to Heather, this puts an even further strain on their relationship. So Murdoch goes to Josie's bar to blow off some steam, and he learns that Foggy was actually drinking before everyone else the night that he died. This implies that he was celebrating early because he knew that he was going to win his case, which is why somebody wanted him out of the picture. Believing that Fisk is the one who hired Poindexter to silence Foggy, Murdoch follows up with Bullseye's request to talk and interrogates him. But when Bullseye refuses to give any useful information, Murdoch furiously bashes his face into the interrogation room table and refuses to defend him altogether. Though Bullseye does make a snarky comment about how, perhaps in a different life, Murdoch would be the one defending him. That good men defend their worst enemies. And I'm not necessarily sure if that's true, but I think it definitely stuck in Murdoch's mind. Either way, when Bullseye is being treated for his injury, he manages to kill the doctor and his guard and successfully escapes from prison. His destination? The party where Fisk is throwing his black and white ball fundraiser, of course, because that's where all of the main characters are. Fisk blackmails the swordsman into supporting his port project. The anti-vigilante task force guys are violently harassing people. BB asks the police commissioner for help on how to bring down the abusive task force. Blake is celebrating his promotion to deputy mayor of communications. Heather is there because she was invited and actually seems to support Fisk's stance on anti-vigilantism. And Murdoch shows up in order to keep an eye on everyone. But as he listens in to everyone's conversation, he realizes that Vanessa is actually the one who hired Bullseye to kill Foggy, which is not the way that I thought that plot point was going to develop. I thought it was going to be revealed that Murdoch's legal partner McDuffie actually paid Bullseye to kill Foggy because she was secretly upset about losing her case to him or something. This would mean that Murdoch has been working with Foggy's murderer ever since his death, and that would be extremely devastating. But I guess Vanessa being the villain isn't a bad reveal. After all, once Fisk showed her that he's had her lover imprisoned for God knows how long, she's the one who killed him. And that's just fucking cold. So it feels like Vanessa wants to be the kingpin herself, but she can't since the actual kingpin is standing in her way. And no matter what she does to try and hurt the man, he still just loves her. The girl is toxic, bro. You gotta let her go. She literally sent a man to kill you before, and she definitely can do it again. Which she already might have, since Bullseye sneaks into the ball and attempts to shoot Fisk from the balcony. Luckily for him, Murdoch jumps in front of the bullet and ends up critically wounded because a good man defends his worst enemy or something. I don't know. Regardless, I think the events of this episode have set up for an interesting finale to take place, especially since it did tie in so closely to the first episode of the series. So everything seems to be wrapping up rather nicely. I was glad to see that Bullseye returned and had an important role to play in this episode, and I'm looking forward to seeing how the events of this episode will end up getting resolved. But since the next episode is an official Marvel finale, I'm also looking forward to seeing who may pop up in it. Either way, I just hope that the episode will turn out to be a good one, but I guess we'll see how the season 1 finale of Daredevil Born Again will actually turn out to be once it gets released on Tuesday.